What's up? Hello. What's going on, Malaysia? Apa khabar? Assalamualaikum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It is Thursday night. Thank you so much for joining me. First of all, the usual check. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Let me know in the comment section. This is an interactive show. We will be taking your comments. We are looking at your comments right now. First of all, I hope everyone is well and safe. Thank you for joining me this evening. We are. I know I say this every week that my shows are going to meletup, tapi tonight is going to meletup dengan melebih sikit. It's already started. There's people saying, Harriet cakap Melayu lah. I understand the sentiment. Harriet cakap Melayu, I understand. What I'm interested in is where the intention of the sentiment. Saya boleh cakap Melayu, saya boleh. Tapi dalam rancangan What's Going On Malaysia ni, inilah biasanya lah, saya bukan kata it's exclusive, tapi biasanya penonton-penonton saya daripada bukan satu Malaysia, satu dunia. I've got viewers from Singapore, from Hong Kong, daripada South Africa, from Australia. Jadi I'm not just looking at Malaysia. Walaupun saya cakap what's going on Malaysia, my intention is not just an audience in Malaysia, but that is a conversation for another day. Tapi malam ni khas untuk anda yang cakap, kenapa tak cakap Melayu? Kenapa tak cakap Melayu? Okay, malam ni kita akan cakap lebih dalam bahasa Malaysia daripada biasanya dalam What's Going On Malaysia. But before we get there, guys, share this Facebook Live, share this YouTube Live. It's going to be a live. Share it now. Sean Lim, hello from KL. Muzamil Azizi says, meletup sebab ada APEK. This is going to be an interactive show. Then my guest, biasanya my guest, ramai orang yang suka, especially my followers, they get very excited when I have a guest. Tapi I notice with the guest that I've got on tonight, ramai tiba-tiba dalam comment section dah mula meletup. Sebelum kita bermula dah meletup. Ada yang suka, ada yang tak suka. Saya pun, what's going on Malaysia? It's only APEK Cina. Relax, brother. So tonight, you saw the poster. Greetings from Hong Kong. Exactly, Mei Fong Yap. Greetings from Hong Kong. I miss going to Hong Kong. I've not been there for a while. Hello from Penang, Dominic LKV. We've got viewers from all over the place, but I tell you what, let's get straight into it. Because my guest is waiting for his turn to come on. He's in the studio. Just to let you know that sebenarnya saya dah kenal dengan si APEK Cina. His real name is Tai Zihao. I have known him for a while. Mungkin dah 2-3 tahun dah. Kita dah kenal. So kita tak akan berpura-pura macam tak kenal. So just to let you know that because a lot of people were like, kenapa panggil dia why you calling him? He's a BN Macai, he's a MCA Macai, ada DAP Macai lah, Bersatu Macai lah, PAS Macai, banyak lah Macai. Dia macam. I am not going to explain it myself. I'm going to bring him in here to answer your questions, to answer your accusations, because we have the man in the house himself. So ladies and gentlemen, dengan tidak membuang masa lagi, welcome to the stream, APEK Cina. Apa khabar?
Khabar baik, Saudara Haris. Terima kasih kerana sudi menjemput. Thanks for the invitation. Honor and privileges on me. Kebanggaan adalah kepunyaan saya. Boleh naik show Haris, Saudara Haris Iskandar, sahabatku. Berapa tahun dah kita kenal? How many years we know each other?
We met. Danny Rice introduced us at the Rasa Sayang restaurant dekat the Berjaya Hotel. Kalau tak salah saya.
That was 7 years ago, I guess. 7 tahun lalu.
Dah 7 tahun dah.
Sekarang 2021 dah, saudara.
APEK line not clear. Ya memang APEK line not clear sebab memang saya dapat tahu ramai orang dalam government tak suka bila APEK cakap, so dia yang cuba potong line dia.
Jekom ni, Puak Jekom, dahsyat aku.
Just before we begin, I would like to introduce to my Facebook viewers. If you don't know APEK Cina, by profession, beliau adalah seorang a lawyer. You're actually a lawyer, but you are a very big social commentator, big on YouTube and big also on Facebook. And all your postings are in bahasa Malaysia, betul tak? So you post. Although you do speak English and Mandarin, you not. I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
The ones I've seen have been in bahasa Malaysia. Tell us what's going on.
Saya ada beberapa page. I have a few page.
Okay.
I write in Malay, English and Mandarin. Saya tulis dalam bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris dan bahasa Cina. I write for a Chinese paper once a week. Dan saya menulis sebagai kolumnis kepada akhbar Cina sekali seminggu.
Okay. So I do notice though that you have a lot of Malay supporters. A lot of Malay supporters have been commenting.
Malaysian supporter.
Malaysian supporters of the Malay race ramai juga.
Betul.
Malaysian supporters of the Malay race ramai juga. But
benar yang Arif.
My question is, first of all, we're going to be talking about durians, right? Now, ada yang tanya, APEK tak qualified untuk bercakap pasal ni. Now, I don't know what is the qualification. You kena ada SPM ke, STPM ke, you kena ada lesen untuk tanam durian ke. Saya pun tak tahu apa sebenarnya kualifikasi yang diperlukan. Tapi my reason for inviting you was you had a recent post, social media post, where you took the position from the point of view of the law. From the point of view of the law, which I thought was a very interesting position because you are a lawyer. So kalau nak katakan you are not qualified as a lawyer to talk about the law, itu pun I pun tak tahu macam nak jawab lah. So tell us exactly, for those who did not see the video, what was the gist of your posting and kenapa ramai sangat yang suka dan ramai sangat yang marah dengan pendapat yang APEK Cina beri dalam posting tu. So first of all, start off. We don't have the 6 minutes to play it. What was the gist?
Okay, sebelum itu, boleh saya ambil 1 minit untuk menjelaskan. Terima kasih. Thank you very much to all of my supporters. Terima kasih kepada banyak penyokong-penyokong saya. Sekarang saya adalah guest tau. Saya adalah tetamu kepada saudara Haris. So, saya hormati saudara Haris ada penonton dari luar negara. I respect Saudara Haris as the host for tonight, and he has a lot of watcher and viewer from across the country. Justru saya akan mencampur adukkan dalam dua bahasa Melayu dan bahasa English. So the gist of the thing, I start with English, then I do in bahasa Melayu. The gist of the thing of my video, a very short video, 6-minute video, is about legality. Legality of the claim of some people who thinks that they have rights over an activities or a profit arising of illegal act itself. So when I look for the legal point of view, I disagree with them. But what happened was that when they went political, I comment as a citizen, not as a lawyer, as a
Okay, APEK, we've just lost your voice for a while there. Can you hear me, APEK?
I can hear you. Sorry, I think some line interruption. So as a citizen, not just as a lawyer. So gist untuk apa video yang saya buat itu adalah mengenai peneroka haram yang mendapat hasilan daripada aktiviti yang tidak sah di sisi undang-undang, dan saya kurang senang apabila perkara ini dipolitikkan dan terdapat unsur-unsur yang saya rasa perkauman di situ. Maka saya menyuara sebagai rakyat, bukan saja sebagai seorang pengamal undang-undang, malah sebagai seorang rakyat di Facebook saya. Saya bukan pergi ke buat demonstrasi. I did not went for any protest. I did not went for anything else but to voice it in my own social media, menyuarakan di media sosial saya, dan juga sebagai tetamu khas oleh saudara Haris, semalam oleh media Pahang. Justru Itu adalah gist, itu adalah rumusan. That is the gist of what my video is all about. Yes.
Let me just I'm going to play the layman. I'm going to play orang biasa. This is the situation. Apa yang orang biasa nampak ya adalah ada berapa dusun-dusun durian that have been existing perhaps illegally for X number of years. Tiba-tiba the enforcers came down and they cut down the livelihood of these durian sellers. And then the big question is, sebenarnya they had a court order to not have this happen until January at least. And then so we are split down the line. Ada setengah yang kata, why in this time of COVID are you coming down and creating more pain, more havoc, more destruction against this durian yard, especially now in this time of COVID? So from a humanitarian point of view, dari segi
kemanusiaan,
saya rasa pun saya pun macam man, you know, from dari segi feel lah, someone lagi we are handling COVID, tiba-tiba the police come and like we don't have enough on our plate. So I think that was the anger from the netizens lah, from that point of view. What have you got to say about that?
Okay, allow me to speak a bit longer. I start with bahasa kebangsaan dulu. Perintah mahkamah yang disebutkan oleh saudara Haris sentiasa berada dengan saya. Perintah mahkamah saya telah membaca dan saya akan huraikan nanti. Apa yang saya akan buat ialah saya akan menjawab soalan saudara dari belakang ke depan. Bukan maksud lain, saya kata literally. Kemanusiaan. Kalau seorang penjajah, beliau menjajah di tepi jalan untuk sekadar untuk menyara kehidupan, untuk keesokan harinya, saya memang tidak akan sokong apa-apa usaha daripada kerajaan untuk mengambil tindakan terhadap mereka yang susah-susah. Dalam video saya 3 hari lalu dan juga video saya 8 September tahun lepas, saya telah buat pengiraan dan pengiraan itu pun telah mudahkan apa yang sebenar yang berlaku. Durian yang dijual seketika 2016-2017 adalah RM140 di Kuala Lumpur dan saya kurangkan separuh, mereka akan dapat RM80 satu kg. So saya buat anggaran, kebelakangan ini 200 ekar telah ditebang, 200 ekar yang terjejas lah ke belakang ini. Okay, Yun Fu, I will translate to English later. Don't worry about that. Apa yang berlaku ialah saya buat pengiraan yang mudah. 38 buah pokok sampai 60 pokok 1 ekar. Mereka boleh meraihkan keuntungan sampai jutaan 1 tahun. Saudara Haris, saya tengah menunggu daripada mana-mana pekebun ini untuk mengumumkan hasilan mereka sepanjang masa. Ada yang kata dia susah, ada yang kata dia pernah melabur walaupun itu sudah haram. Saya tengah tunggu berapa harga hasilan yang mereka dapat sejak tahun 2004 atau 2005 seketika mereka menanam pokok di situ, berapa dihabiskan. Tak ada seorang pun yang berani mengaku berapa hasil mereka dapat dan saya buat pengiraan mudah juta-jutaan. Juta-jutaan sebab tak ada kos, tak payah bayar levy, tak payah bayar pendapatan, cukai pendapatan. Manakala peguam seperti saya yang kerja di Kuala Lumpur dapat hanya mungkin 1/10 daripada pendapat mereka. So kalau saudara Haris tanya dari segi kemanusiaan, dari segi humanity ground, I don't want to defend rich people. Saya tidak nak membela orang yang buat salah di sisi undang-undang yang kaya, melainkan mereka mengumumkan berapa yang mereka labur, mereka hasilan mereka sepanjang 10 tahun ini, sebab anggaran saya mesti betul berjuta-juta. Kalau tidak tu umumkan walaupun sudah salah, tetapi saya nak tengok dulu. Kalau kamu umumkan berapa hasilan kamu dapat, bayar cukai dululah. Of course you have to pay the tax. Ada seorang mantan Perdana Menteri yang kena yang duit penyelewengan pun, nama dia Najib, pun kena bayar cukai, apatah lagi kamu. Yang penyokong-penyokong yang tanya saya, how about Najib? Yes, Najib sekarang dia masuk mahkamah. Masuk mahkamah tu, dispute tu sama ada duit itu halal ke tak. Tetapi penerokan ni dia tak dispute pun. Dia ada jual benda, dia dah masuk. So dia telah mengaku bahawa dia sudah dapat duit, dia sudah buat semua ni. So sekarang I use English. The question directed to me was pertaining to what are the humanitarian grounds that I should look at. from the perspective of humanitarian ground, why I'm against them, because in my honest opinion, these illegal farmers are making tons and tons of profits. Well, comparing to a staller or a hawker on the roadside, barely making minimum for them to sustain their life for another day, this is absolutely nothing about humanitarian. I make a very simple calculation on the 8th of September last year and recently. Seriously, they are earning millions. And I'm still waiting for them to rebut me, to tell me that I'm wrong in the calculation. APEK Cina, you are wrong. We don't earn millions. We only earn 700,000 ringgit per year. Tell me that. Please tell me. None of you have been telling any of the people how much you are earning. Why should I defend rich people who get their profits from illegal activities on humanitarian ground? So that is very simple. Saudara Harris, you can ask them. Thank you very much.
I absolutely understand when you put it out that point of view. So are you saying kalau dia orang ada bukti, if they have the evidence that actually I only make 350,000, that you are willing to change your stand?
No, I'm not willing to change my stand, but I will change my tone. Saya tidak akan menukarkan pendirian, tapi saya akan menukarkan tone, nada suara saya mungkin kurang sikit, tapi pendirian tetap yang sama, the same stand.
And being a musical teacher yourself, you know the difference in tone.
Yeah. Malaysia kita sudah berjaya.
I'll do the thirds. Okay. Okay, what about the argument? What about the argument that yelah, tapi selama ni diorang dah illegal, tak ada orang buat apa-apa pun. Dah selama ni siapa yang bagi dia buat illegal? Sekarang bila nampak ada peluang untuk dapat duit banyak-banyak, tiba-tiba kita akan datang rampas tempat tu. So the argument that who let them run this illegal farm for 5 years, 8 years, because apparently it takes between 5 to 8 years for durians to grow in the first place. I mean,
so there are, again, allow me to speak in Malay, then in English.
No, bro, you think. Okay. Do your thing.
Thank you, terima kasih. So apa yang berlaku ialah, saya tidak akan menyuarakan dengan nada sebegitu dalam video kalau bukan saya telah membuat pengajian ataupun kajian yang terperinci. Saya pernah melawat ke rAUB sebelum PKP dan sewaktu PKPB atas urusan guaman. Saya terdapat seorang anak guaman yang meminta saya untuk membuat draft agreement nak beli 10 ekar tanah di rAUB untuk menanamkan pokok durian. Saya tanya, saudara, berapa duit yang dihabiskan? Saya kena habiskan hampir jutaan untuk dapatkan tanah tersebut. Okey, saya draft agreement lah. So saya pun pergilah tempat itu dan tengok. So saya tanyalah kawan saya di situ yang merupakan peguam juga. Tunjuklah saya mana yang pokok haram tu. Saya, you mau tengok pokok haram yang ditanam ah? Dari sini jalan besar tak sampai. You kena ambil Hilux, you kena ambil motorbike lagi 1 jam baru boleh sampai. Macam mana kita nak kesan? Bukan senang nak kesan tau. Bukan senang. Tengok dia bukan tumbuh tepi jalan. Dia tumbuh di pedalaman, di hutan simpanan. Kami orang biasa nak masuk hutan simpanan tu sudah menyalahi Akta Perhutanan 1984. Apatah lagi orang yang jalan tepi jalan. Mana boleh kesan? Kita tengok peta dari satelit senang. Kita tengok senang.
So that answers the question because a lot of people are saying, takkan highway you tak nampak semua sawah-sawah ni, semua durian ni, kenapa tak nampak? Dah tahu illegal. So are you telling me that this particular kebun in question is in pendalaman and you will not be able to see it from any main road?
I went there myself and I experienced it myself. Tetapi saya tak mau mengalihkan perhatian daripada isu utama, iaitu salah tetap salah. Kalau seorang yang membuat bisnes penyeludupan, dia seludup contohnya kereta dari negara jiran. Dia sudah buat 20 tahun. Lepas tu dia kena bongkar, kena tangkap. Dan kereta dia dikemek oleh stroller. Takkan kita nak defend dia kata, dia sudah seludup 20 tahun. Hampir 0.1% kereta atas jalan raya tu diseludup oleh dia. Takkan sekarang baru nak tangkap kerana bisnes ni bagus. Sama. Benda ni sama seperti yang seludup. So why I want to make a comparison is that what wrong is always wrong. So there may be some slacking in enforcement because it's very hard to detect illegal durian farm because it was in the pendalaman, it was an inner part of the forest reserve. And a normal, ordinary person like us, if you want to trespass into that forest reserve, we're already in breach of the Forestry Reserve, National Forest Reserve Act 1984. So it's not on the roadside. So I once went to rAUB for a legal business, and then I asked a friend who is a lawyer and said, show me this illegal farm. Say, oh, the closest you need to take a Hilux or take a motorbike and another further 1 hour. 1 hour, what is 1 hour? 1 hour is from Kuala Lumpur. We can sampai maybe Slim River already. But it's within rAUB. It's just a district. It's not even a state. It's a district. Then you need half an hour, 1 hour to get into that place. So it's very hard to detect. But hard to detect is another matter. The most important thing is there is no limitation on criminal liability. Even you committed a crime when you are 20 years old, they can still prosecute you when you are 50. There's no criminal liability. And saya tahu ramai orang blame pegawai ini, pegawai itu mungkin terima rasuah ke apa. Saya kata, saya benci rasuah seperti kamu. Kalau kamu ada bukti-bukti mana-mana pegawai yang terima rasuah dan tidak mengambil tindakan semula, mohon membuatlah aduan di SPRM. Saya sokong kamu. Saya bukan nak pertahankan siapa-siapa yang menerima rasuah, cumanya saya tiada bukti. If anyone thinks that any officer has taken bribes or anything, then make a report to the SPRM. I can't just support people who takes bribes. I'm as angry and furious as you, but I can't just simply blame or create a hypothesis and engage and charge because simply there is a possibility. I can't.
Okay, on that point, I just want to point out something. There were many comments, or not many, there were a few comments accusing, APEK Cina is on the payroll of BN or MCA. Now, this I'm going to say this out to my whoever's, obviously they're following me, that's why they comment on my page. I have known APEK for 7 years, and APEK wears the same bloody shoe and the same bloody pants and carries the same bloody bag for 7 years. If he is taking money from anyone, then God knows where he's spending it, because this guy, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I have no proof, I'm basing it on my knowledge of seeing him and spending time with him. The idea that you take money to change your principles is get a new bag lah, then get some new shoes. Kenapa dia tak beli kasut baru? I'm not just saying this. I'm not just saying that. I'm not belittling Tai Zihao, APEK Cina. It's just that is a ridiculous assumption. And I like what you just said just now. Yeah, if there is proof or any evidence that there is some kind of corruption on behalf of whatever officers or whatever land tanah people, you yourself will stand on the side of, okay, let's attack that corruption, because you are, as far as I can tell, anti-corruption. But not many people know that about you. Let me just hold you on that moment, APEK. Okay, here is the reason. Just to let you know, guys, that before the show, APEK said he's going to be talking in Malay, and I asked him why. This is just his choice. Tapi masalahnya, APEK, ada ramai of my side followers yang Chinese Cina young think that all you do is speak in Malay. Perhaps they've not seen your Mandarin shows and all, Mandarin postings or writings. Tapi it is almost a cliche. Or if he speaks in Malay, therefore he is a macai of whoever lah, and is on their payroll. There seems to be a lot of dislike of you out there. Let me just, I'm just going to bring some things up, okay? These are a couple of posts. When I said I was going to have APEK Cina, the worst guest ever. I'm not sure about the spelling. The worst guest ever. Trust me, and this fellow will try provide the issue perkauman by attacking Chinese YB in front of Malays, but never MCA YB. So you will know where he came from. So apparently you only attack Chinese YBs or Chinese people in front of Malays. Now, I would like to give you this moment to perhaps explain or correct this particular individual.
Have you heard? Okay, before that, I would say I see a lot of my supporters, saya tengah mengeluarkan kata-kata yang saya kurang senang terhadap sahabat saya Haris. Jangan salahkan saudara Haris. Seperti mana kalau satu hari saudara Haris jadi tetamu kepada saya, saudara confirm akan cakap dalam bahasa kebangsaan secara lancar sekali. Saya boleh cakap bahasa saudara Haris punya bahasa Malaysia ni memang tip top. Jangan salahkan beliau. Sebab sekarang saya tetamu di host oleh saudara Harris. So jangan keluarkan perkataan yang tidak senang terhadap sahabat saya. Saya menghormati sahabat saya dan juga penonton beliau. Justru dalam ni I'll start with English then in Malay. So very easy. The last time I attacked in a sarcastic manner against somebody is the current government. When 2 hours ago, I just sarcastically praised the government 2 hours ago. And how many of them are Chinese YB? You didn't see my post. You only see that few that went viral among your Chinese community. And then you think that, oh, I only attack Chinese YB. When I attack YBs, I attack Malaysian YBs. I don't care whether you are from the opposition, whether you're from the government. I make jokes about ministers, current ministers, from BN, from PBM, from MCA. He said, I am a Macai MCA. Number one, I'm not a member of MCA. Nor was a member of MCA. Number two, I never take a single cent from MCA. I won't do that. Go check their account. Ask PRA, check their account, check my account. If there's any transaction from MCA, I correct the money, I give it to you. Whoever got it, okay. How much is it? Not just MCA, I never got paid by any political party. I'm no MCA, BN, PN, PPB, Amana, PAS, nothing. There were time where I was invited as a guest, and there are some YB who wants to give me an angpao, a token. I take out the money, I give it to them. I say I take the angpao as a penghargaan. If you are watching, you know what I'm talking. So saya dituduh macam MCA sebab saya selalu memarahi YB Cina kononnya dari parti tertentu depan orang Melayu. Setahu saya hanya buat satu posting sarkastik terhadap kerajaan kerajaan ini bila 2 jam lalu. Tengoklah page saya. Kerajaan ini ada berapa YB Cina pembangkang? Tanya. Saya hanya membuat posting untuk mengejek semua YB, tak kira dia dari parti mana, tak kira dia kaum mana. Ada menteri BN, PM pun pernah kena dengan APEK Cina. Dan kalau berkawan tu, dia kata saya terima duit MCA. Kalau siapa dapat cek account, minta apa ni SPRM ke Bank Negara, boleh cek account, dapat buktikan saya pernah terima duit dari mana-mana political party, daripada MCA ke UMNO ke PN ke apa ke, itu duit saya korekkan, saya bagi you. Okay, tapi last point I pun nak cakap satu lagi. Dia kata saya baca MCA, saya tak pernah jadi ahli mana-mana political party. Seriously, no. Bukan sebelum ni, bukan sekarang. Masa depan mungkin parti APEK Cina atau parti Harris Iskandar mungkin saya akan masuk, siapa tahu. Tetapi sekarang saya bukan ahli mana-mana parti politik. Tapi saya ada kawan ramai. Saya ada kawan, okay. Sewaktu saya dipanggil masuk sebagai peguam belah, kawan saya yang datang untuk menghadiri upacara di Mahkamah Tinggi Pulau Pinang, ada ahli politik dari UMNO, Gerakan Parti Cinta Malaysia, DAP, PKA, MCA. Kawan saya dari MIC tak dapat datang. Kawan saya yang betul-betul saya boleh peluk punya, semua parti ada. Melainkan, sorry, I baru buat audit lah untuk soalan ni lah. Melainkan, sorry Parti Amanah lah. Parti Amanah mungkin saya tak kenal banyak orang, dan Pejuang pun saya tak banyak kenal orang. Tapi parti lain semua saya ada brother and sister. Semua. So, ada orang pembangkang kata saya pengintip dari kerajaan. Ada orang kerajaan kata saya pengintip dari pembangkang. Tapi saya ada stand lah. Saya mesti memihak mana, orang akan tahu. A lot of people, you know that I have stand, which is more towards one side. If you see my post, you will know lah. But I have friends from all party. And even, sorry, I have to confess, I'm friends with a lot of opposition leaders as well. I'm not ashamed. I post in my page with a DAP MP. I post with my page and profile with UMNO'S MP, with PPBM MP. And why should I hide about that for you to correct out? Seriously? That answer, does that answer the poor gentleman's question? If it does, then thank you very much. If it doesn't, then I hope that he posts further question about me lah.
Okay, so APEK, Zihao, what's interesting right now for me,
Mhm.
beberapa komen yang keluar, I was just watching the comment, yang katakan, oh tiba-tiba the show is becoming racist or suggesting that it's becoming racial. Bagi saya, ini pendapat saya, oleh kerana kalau kita tengok show, the concept of the show is just you and me. We are just talking, and sebagaimana yang tahu, selama kita bercakap pun bercakap macam ni. We actually talk like this with each other. So whatever we are saying, if you are saying that it is racist for some reason, I think, for my opinion, that is, how are you listening? What are you hearing that you think that whatever APEK is saying, whatever we are talking about is racist? My question was based on what the comments were coming out, and as far as I'm concerned, the comments are racist. I personally don't believe that whatever APEK is saying is racist, or we are talking about racism. But you know what? Selagi kita boleh bercakap, selagi apa yang saya suka ya, bila-bila Zihao and myself kita berjumpa, kita akan bercakap begini, kita ada beberapa pendapat yang sama, we meet on the same board at the same time. Kadang-kadang kita pun ada pendapat yang berlainan, tapi yang paling mustahak is that we get to talk and we don't have to benci, we don't have to hate, oh awak parti ini, awak parti itu. There is no black and white. Kita orang Malaysia, yang saya begitu bangga dengan APEK Cina, dan saya pernah tanya dengan dia, this is not the first time I've had him on my show, is what is your actually intention at the end of the day? And I don't know whether APEK, you remember we had this conversation at the Joke Factory. I said, what is your intention of your seemingly provocating comments or posts? But you actually said that your actual goal is to become as a bridge between the Malaysian Chinese community and the Malaysian Malay community. Do you remember that comment?
Yes, I remember very clearly.
Okay, I'm sorry to jump. People were saying, why are you jumping from Durians? I believe this is important for me because I want people to know where APEK Cina is coming from. Now, what do you mean by that you want to become a bridge between these two communities?
Untuk menjawab soalan ini, saya jawab dalam bahasa Melayu dulu. Saya nak kaum saya tahu sini Malaysia, dan saya kena membuat satu definisi baru, definisi yang kaum saya selalu tersalah faham bahawa orang Malaysia ni apa. Saya nak mengasingkan orang yang berhati Malaysia, yang berjiwa Malaysia daripada mereka yang bersifat syawanis dan perkauman. Ada juga di kalangan kaum saya yang masih mengangkat-angkatkan Republik Rakyat Cina sebagai tanah mereka. Apa yang baca surat khabar ke, baca tengok, lagi mementingkan isu-isu di tanah besar Cina, di Hong Kong daripada Malaysia. Walaupun sekarang sudah kembali lah. Tapi saya nak mengasingkan mereka daripada kaum saya yang betul-betul berfikiran dan juga berminda, berjiwa Malaysia. Semakin saya buat posting sebegini, walaupun mereka rasa provokatif, semakin ramai kaum saya menyokong saya dalam page. Saya boleh kongsikan satu fakta. Saya ada patreon.com sponsor dengan saya dengan duit. Satu bulan saya menerima RM800. So ada yang sponsor RM5, ada yang sponsor RM10. Boleh kamu percaya tak? Lebih 70% daripada sponsor saya RM5, RM10 setiap bulan tu daripada kaum saya sendiri. Mereka menyokong apa yang saya buat, cumanya mereka takut untuk menyakiti hati syawanis ni. Bahasa Malaysia pun tak tahu cakap. Saya pergi mahkamah ada sekali. Orang kena tuduh tu Melayu, baca tuduhan dalam Melayu, no problem. Orang India baca, no problem. Orang Cina tiba-tiba minta juru bahasa, tak apa. Lepas tu minta juru bahasa untuk, bila magistrat minta juru bahasa untuk seorang buruh asing, dia kata, tak perlu juru bahasa, saya boleh cakap bahasa kebangsaan saya. Bahasa Melayu, saya memang malu. Saya memang terdapat juga orang Cina seperti ini. So saya bukan sahaja nak jadi jabatan, saya nak bantu mereka daripada kaum saya yang betul-betul nak menjadi seorang Malaysian untuk mengasingkan diri daripada mereka yang bersifat syawanis, perkauman dan berhatikan tanah besar Cina. Golongan ini kecil saja tapi berpengaruh. So saya kena laungkan nada saya dan saya perlukan sokongan daripada sahabat-sahabat saya yang merupakan warga negara Malaysia. Tak kira Melayu, Cina, India, Kadasan dusun, Iban, semua. untuk membuat satu definisi yang ketara kepada mereka yang bersifat Chauvinis. So I want to serve as a bridge. Oh, sorry. Do you want to say anything?
Carry on.
I want to serve as a bridge. So there is this chauvinistic minded and racist minded, but all racists don't think that they are racist to begin with. So there are a few of them, but a sizable number who tries to influence. Their heart belongs to the People's Republic of China, not even Malaysia. So they are more concerned about what's going on in Hong Kong, in China, than sometimes, but now they are coming back. So I have to share the facts to you. The sponsors in my patreon.com, I receive about 800 ringgit a month. Some sponsor 5, some sponsor 10 every month. And most of them are my fellow Chinese, Malaysian. And they think that my idea is right, and they are not daring enough like me to voice their opinion. They won't want to offend that hardcore chauvinistic Chinese. I just want to draw a line with them. Okay. So that's why I had to be loud and clear. Thank you very much.
I want to ask you something. I'm particularly interested in your moment there where you were saying about that experience. You Mahkamah, you were in the at the courts, and when it comes to reading, what did they read?
Tuduhan, the accusation
judge. When it came to a Malaysian Chinese, he asked for an interpreter because he couldn't read Bahasa Malaysia, and then a foreigner comes in and is able to read Bahasa Malaysia.
That's correct.
If you were to tell that same story, but you were to tell that story in Mandarin,
I did.
What is the reaction from the Mandarin-speaking audience?
Agreeable. Shameful. In my crowd. That post went quite viral among the Chinese community. Yes, a lot of them attacked me and think that I sell my soul to Malays. I say, no, I sell my soul to Malaysia. And this is a national language. That was whatever I told you just now, Harith, it's just a tip of an iceberg. I go to the court every week, even during PKP. Every week I encounter the same thing, from magistrate court to session court, even to high court. Death penalty cases. You need an interpreter for Malaysian Chinese. The judges, the honorable judges and the honorable magistrates keep repeating the word, are you from China or from Malaysia? Oh, we are Malaysian. Why can't you speak national language? I don't know. So you are dropped out. Are you a dropout? No, I'm not a dropout. I study under SPM. And one cannot speak. Oh, I'm from Chinese school, maybe. Oh, I didn't pay attention in class. So in Mandarin, it's every week. From even sometimes lawyers have the problem. Dengan izin Tuan, boleh saya berucap dalam bahasa English? Kenapa? Counsel tak boleh cakap bahasa Malaysia ke? I prefer to speak in English, Tuan. Even lawyers, seriously. It only happened in one race. Sorry, I'm not being racist over here. I'm talking about my race. But this is fact, isn't it? Ini adalah fakta. Ini adalah fakta yang tidak boleh dinafikan kerana ianya berlaku. Hampir semua mahkamah di Malaysia ada sekurang-kurangnya seorang jurubahasa bahasa Cina. I feel ashamed. I really feel ashamed of that.
I agree with you. Maybe this is actually a whole other episode yang we're talking about this because
let's go back to durian.
Kita jump daripada durian ke bahasa kebangsaan. Tapi terima kasih APEK Cina kerana tahu saya ramai yang sebenarnya tak tahu yang mungkin awak seorang you are actually a practicing lawyer and you are out there every day studying the law, reading the law, and many people don't know, and I know this very well because I've met you so many times. You are a master of history. You know the history of Malaysia inside out. Daripada tahun apa pun, it's just gone all the way back. You are a very, very smart person. But we've got some time. I just want to lock up this durian thing. Seperti mana yang kita tahu, tiap-tiap isu yang kat Malaysia, kalau melibatkan dua kaum, satu kaum on one side, satu kaum on the other side, ia akan menjadi satu isu perkauman. Misalnya, let's just say that let's just say that the durian farmers were Malay. All right. Let's just say the durian farmers were Malay, and enforcing people were Malay. I don't think this story would have meletup as much. I don't know. I'm guessing.
I disagree in that sense. I
Really?
disagree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
If you still remember, kalau kita masih ingat, 2016 terdapatnya seorang bekas tentera yang berkaum Melayu dituduh di mahkamah kerana pada tahun 2014 beliau memasuki hutan simpanan tanpa permit. Apa yang berlaku terhadap bekas tentera itu? Bekas tentera itu adalah berbangsa Melayu, didakwa di mahkamah dan dihukum penjara 2 tahun dan didenda RM50,000. Kesian kat dia ni kan. Tapi apa yang berlakunya, kenapa kalaunya pekebun Cina ni dibelah oleh YB yang berbangsa Cina, tiba-tibanya tiada tindakan daripada Jabatan Peguam Negara yang sama. So kalau kata isu-isu perkauman ni sebabkan dia orang Cina, saya kata sebabkan dia orang Cina, dia orang lagi senang. Kalau dia Melayu mungkin sudah tertangkap tu. So masalah dia macam ni. YB Cina ni, masa isu yang terbesar ni, YB Cina, kalau buat sidang media, kalau buat posting di Facebook, kalau buat video di Facebook, dia guna bahasa Cina. Itu masalah dia. Dia nak bagi tahu siapa dia, YB kaum apa? Dia YB, I tengok banyak YB daripada parti dia diri sendiri guna bahasa kebangsaan, bahasa Mandarin dan bahasa English, 3 bahasa. Tapi kalau mereka buat sidang media, dia buat. Mungkin dia kata pemberita tu Cina, okay, biar, no problem. But kenapa kalau nak buat video viral dalam page sendiri, saya tengok daripada 10 posting daripada YB ni, 9 tu dalam bahasa Mandarin. So, kalau ada isu perkauman, dia dimulai oleh siapa, tak kisah, pekebun ni orang Melayu ke, pekebun ni orang Cina ke. Kalau dia wakil rakyat yang membelah mereka, mohon ambil tahu bahawa kamu wakil rakyat seluruh Malaysia, bukan wakil rakyat satu bangsa saja. Kalau nak seluruh Malaysia memahami apa yang berlaku, cakaplah bahasa kebangsaan. Ini yang permulaannya kenapa ada unsur-unsur perkauman. Pekebun haram ni bukan semuanya Cina. Ada Melayu juga.
Is it?
Faham tak? Yes. Yes, I read too. Got Melayu. Seriously. Tapi sebelum ni 2016, seorang Melayu masuk hutan, dia kena penjara 2 tahun. Kenapa dia Cina tak perlu? Itu dia kena tahu, bukan sebab dia Cina, dia kena semua ni. Sebab dia Cina, dia selamat tu. Sebab ada YB Cina yang bersifat kecinaan tu, nak belah dia sebab dia Cina. Tanyalah kalau dia Melayu tu, ada YB Cina dah pergi bantu tak? Itulah soalan saudara Haris patutnya tujukan kepada mereka. So, if race is a racial profiling or racial politics is a matter, I have to repeat again what happened in 2016. There was a Malay ex-army officer who trespasses into a forest reserve. He was charged in a court and convicted and was sentenced to 2 years jail term and 50,000 ringgit fine. And why the same thing does not happen when the pekebun haram and the illegal farmers are Chinese? That's because those who protected them in their Facebook media, social media, and even in the mainstream media interview, they speak in Mandarin, and most Malay cannot understand, most Indian cannot understand, most Kadazan cannot understand. So who and when there's a racial elements in this matter, it's not about the kebuns, the illegal farmers that comprises of Chinese and Malay. It's about how these so-called heroes, when they are trying to protect them, what language that they use, which paper, which media they are focusing on, and why in their Facebook posting, most, not all, though I have to make a caveat over here, are in Mandarin. So who was the one that brings this into a racial issue? Who was the one that claimed that, because we are Chinese, so the Malay want to take action against us? Where they take against, I mean, if I use they, that means I'm referring on their perspective, the Malays charge the person who, their own people who trespass. What about trespass? What about pioneering, chopping down trees illegally, getting profits illegally, and you ran out free? So I wish to turn their standpoint. I wrote in Mandarin about this too, seriously, in my page. And most of those who disagree with me come with a lot of words that I don't even want to repeat over here because it's so ugly. There has no substance. There is no points. Only you sell your soul to Malay. You convert to Islam and all this kind of lempar-lemparan. Oh, you are loyal. You know what I'm talking about, right, Haris? So that's the answer to that racial related question. Kalau saya menyinggung hati siapa-siapa, saya memohon maaf di sini kerana saya bercakap atas fakta. Pandangan saya adalah berasaskan fakta. Kalau fakta berbau demikian tu, saya terpaksa akur. I'm just speaking based on fact. If the fact is as such, then my opinion can't be departed too far away from that fact. Thank you very much, Haris.
Yes. I would hate to go up against you in a court. You are
Why?
Your level, your tone, and your wording memang macam machine gun yang the bullet boleh sway, hit the right at the target, right at the end. Okay. So what I am glad to hear yang saya rasa perbualan ni memang bermanfaat adalah that we, from a point of view of the law and a point of view of you actually have background experience of the durian situation in rAUB, that I'm glad to hear that, ramai yang kata yang awak bercakap dari segi perkauman, because you speak Malay and you're only defending blah blah blah, but you actually know the law. You actually know the law and you stand for the underdog as well. Kalau dia tak kaya, you change your tone, but you stand for the underdog. Let me just ask you this. Sorry, kita lompat topik sikit. So right now, pembuat burger tengah buat burger, jam dia pukul 8 dia kena tutup, then dia tutup pukul 7.50 and then he gets one last order and he makes the last order, then masuk ke dalam 8.10 and then the police come along and throw him a fine. This burger seller yang just was finishing the last burger, and I'm just making this up, but it has happened.
In Kelantan.
10,000 ringgit fine or whatever, 10,000 ringgit. I mean, dari segi kemanusiaan, you are a lawyer, you understand the law, the policeman is just doing his job, but as a humanitarian and a lawyer, how do you balance that? What would if this case fell on your lap and you are defending the burger seller, would you take it and how would you handle it?
Okay, more than half of the case that I'm handling now, especially criminal cases, are on pro bono basis. Pro bono means I give them free. Government percuma. So ada yang kena tuduh, ada yang dia nak saya jadi peguam pemerhati kerana isu rumah keganasan rumah tangga, ada isu macam-macam. Saya bagi free. So kalau burger ni, saya akan tanya sendiri, dia kaya ke tak? Kalau dia kaya tu, bayarlah. Kalau dia tak kaya tu, saya bagi percuma lah. Kalau saya mengendalikan kes ini. So it's very simple. If he is merely doing something to sustain his life, and whatever he is doing slightly against the law, like what you say, does not close in time, yes, I will defend him from humanitarian ground. Yes, humanitarian, there's a limit. So the limit for me is my own subjective judgment, whether he's rich or he's poor, and what activities they are doing. Even they are poor, they go and sell drugs, and they confess to it, it's very hard. Death penalty cases, I put aside. But if it's not a death penalty cases, I have an obligation to ask him to plead guilty to his crime if the evidence and the witness was so potent, was so firm, that as a legal practitioner, that I have no choice but to advise him to plead guilty. I will do so, and I make more guilty plea bargain than went on full trial itself. Kalau seorang yang buat salah dan aktiviti yang haram, dan walaupun dia miskin pun, saya boleh bantu dia untuk membuat plea bargain di mahkamah. Sebenarnya saya bantu dia membuat pengakuan salah untuk meringankan hukuman itu lebih daripada masuk perbicaraan. Justru, to answer your question in a very short way, I draw a line. If you make money out of illegal activities and it is so many, and so you are so rich, then go away. But if you are poor and you are making some slightly illegal things like selling burgers slightly over time just to sustain your life, humanitarian grounds. Law is about humanitarian grounds. I give you example. Saya bagi satu contoh. Ada seorang polis kena menangkap seorang pencuri. Seorang pencuri itu menceritakan anak dia tengah sakit. Polis tu buat apa? Polis tu kata saya terpaksa buat report semua tu, tapi polis tu bagi dia RM1. Even police have heart. Human has heart. Law enforcer has heart. Lawyers have heart too, though contrary to the myth, popular myth that lawyer does not have heart. Some lawyers do have heart, and I hope that I'll be categorized as those lawyers who have heart. Thank you.
Exactly. It brings to mind Dato Amir from Maidin. He video yesterday di mana dia kata this is the owner of Maidin, that back in the day yang benda yang dicuri adalah television, orang curi TV. Tapi sekarang orang curi ikan kembung RM1.50 or something like that. Like, this is the state of the nation that's come to now, yang biasanya tak mencuri sekarang menjadi pencuri, tapi yang dicuri adalah ikan, because they just want to feed their family, they just want to feed their kids, they just want to feed their baby or whatever. The way the nation is going right now, the grey line between right and wrong memang is being blurred, and that's why kalau boleh katakan saya faham lebih dengan pendapat APEK Cina mengenai why your tone is so adamant again on the side of the law against the durian sellers. Now, I'm not saying I agree or not, but I understand your tone much better now based on their alleged or your supposed understanding of how much they have made over the years. And I commend you and I respect you for that. Very quickly, I just want to everybody on my timeline is talking about what's been happening. Mula-mula Tan Sri Muhyiddin mengumumkan yang Ismail Sobri is going to become DPM, and then tiba-tiba UMNO had a meeting last night, and then suddenly everyone is talking about this concept of an interim prime minister, and we had a short conversation sebelum ni mengenai perkataan interim prime minister. Could you repeat exactly and tell, you said there's no such thing as an interim prime minister? Why are people talking about it?
Can we go back to durian after this? Okay.
The durian thing first? You want to do durian first?
Let's talk durian first. Yes.
Durian first. No, but seriously, this is my point lah. Number one, at least for a moment, our attention got taken away from the woes of the nation with the whole durian thing. But this is the WhatsApp. I am getting the WhatsApp from the people who are, look at these poor durian sellers. I listen to you and I kind of understand a story behind the durian. But here's my question. Okay, what next? A lot of people are, who is behind this sudden move on the durian sellers? Why now? And is there an ulterior motive? Do you have any insight on that?
I refuse to share insight that I haven't verified. Saya tidak mau mengkongsikan apa-apa yang sebelum verifikasi. Tapi saya ada pandangan yang berdasarkan fakta. Izinkan saya cakap dengan bahasa Melayu, selepas tu bahasa Inggeris. So, ada dua isu. Satu berlaku minggu ini, di mana 200 lebih pokok telah ditebang di hutan simpanan kekal Batu Talam, daerah rAUB. So, ada orang cakap disebabkan ada satu syarikat besar yang bernama Royal Pahang Durian nak mengautkan keuntungan. Saya kata itu cerita lama, tapi bukan cerita ni. So cerita ni, kalaulah saya tanya soalan satu saja, kalaulah ada satu syarikat nak ingin mengautkan keuntungan dari
it looks like we might have lost APEK Cina. I'm sure he'll try and join us back in a while. So what he was saying was he was going to answer the question based on facts rather than accusation or innuendo. And he launched into the idea of this company, Royal-Durian company. But we're just going to wait for Zihao to get back. But anyway, guys, listen, I want to see your comments. We're going to spend some time to look at your comments right here. Have we been sharing the comments? Yeah, that disconnect. We have been disconnected. Nazri says we've been disconnected. Come on, putus. Sejengkil lah jawabnya. Guys, ni, apa hal? Take your time, APEK. Okay, I'm going to take this comment right now. Did someone have any questions? Okay. Here we go. So, Fairuz Nordin says, well, maybe got shut down by the government. Dum, 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 da. Dum, 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 da. I'm sorry, Fairuz. I'm putting in the sign. Did he get shut down by the government? We'll wait for... Can you call Zihao? Zihao and see what's good story? Zihao, I've got him on WhatsApp. My producer is going to call him. Okay. Guys, I tell you what. He's back. He's joined us again. Wait. Kejap.
Okay, sorry. I ada apa-apa kerajaan tak suka saya cakap apa, dia terus potong saja. Mohon maaf semua. Mohon maaf semua. So okay, boleh saya sambung? Boleh saya
Ya,
sambung? Okay, continue. Okay. So
So,
apa yang berlaku? Kalau syarikat itu nak meraihkan keuntungan daripada kawasan durian di Batu Talam itu, kenapa dia nak tebangkan pokok itu? Seorang yang simple saja. Kalau dia nak juga syarikat itu nak ambil, kenapa dia nak tebang pokok itu? Biar saya jelaskan. Kerana hutan simpanan kekal Batu Talam telah diwartakan sebagai hutan simpanan kekal tahanan air. Dan dipahamkan saya, kekerapan banjir di rAUB adalah tinggi kebelakangan tahun ni. 10 tahun lalu, sejak 10 tahun lalu, berbanding dengan 20-30 tahun lalu. Dan mestinya ada sebab ekologi dan ekosistem tu telah menyebabkan atau mempengaruhi pengaliran air yang menyebabkan pencemaran, sumbatan dan semua tu. Sebab pokok durian bukan spesies yang asal, yang berakar besar untuk sebagai tahanan air. So, kalau ada satu syarikat besar nak juga tempat itu sebagai durian, sepatutnya kekalkan pokok durian itu. Itu memang funny. Dan satu lagi, saya tengok ada satu alliance dan juga peguam-peguam yang cuba kata, hutan simpanan kekal Batu Talam adalah berada di dalam Mukim Trust. Dan Mukim Trust ternyata dalam perintah mahkamah bahawa tidak boleh diroboh ataupun dihalang pekebun untuk masuk dan keluar dan mengutip hasil. So saya tengok ini orang baca perintah pun dia kena baca baik-baik dulu tahu. Di atau sekitar Sungai Ruan, Sungai Calit, Sungai Kelau dan Teranum, Mukim Gali daerah rAUB. Sangli, Kampung Sungai Cetang, Teras, Mukim Teras daerah rAUB. Berapa kali kita dengar daerah rAUB? 2 kali. Dia bukan kata seluruh daerah rAUB. So kalau dia ada Mukim Trust tu, dia bukan kata seluruh Mukim Trust. Dia cakap Sangli dan juga Sungai Cetang, Kampung Sungai Cetang yang berada di Mukim Trust, yang berada di daerah rAUB. Contohnya PPAIM Subang Jaya, Mukim Subang, daerah Petaling, Selangor. Dia bukan kata seluruh Selangor. Perintah ni, dia bukan kata seluruh Petaling. Dia bukan kata seluruh Subang Jaya. Dia cakap PPA 1M tu. Ini macam alamat penuh. Tapi diinterpretasi oleh mereka, bukan lawyer. Lawyer saya tak nampak lagi itu. Mukim Trust Batu Talam dalam itu. Sebab soalan daripada saudara Hafiz adalah kebelakangan ini. So saya tumpukan kepada apa yang berlaku kebelakangan ini. Dan dia orang kata, saudara Haris tanya saya, adakah saya ada informasi dalaman? Saya tak ada informasi dalaman pun dalam kebelakangan ini. So, ada informasi dalaman yang sebelum tu. Yang sebelum tu, saya belum memeriksaan kesahihannya kerana saya tidak mampu. Justru, itu saya kategorikan informasi dalaman bersifat kabar angin. Saya tidak akan kongsikan apa yang saya dengar bersifat kabar angin. So what happened recently is that the reason why I have a very simple question. I will cut it very short. If there is a private company who likes to take over that plot of land in Batu Talam, why are they chopping down the trees? You know, it takes 5 to 7 years to build a proper durian trees. That's because they are not a disputed party in that piece of land. And the argument is that that piece of land is in the court order. Mukim Trust, Batu Talam is in Mukim Trust. But what stated clearly in the court order is there is these two places called Sangli and Kampung Sungai Cetang, which is located in Mukim Trust in daerah rAUB. It's about these two places, and this is a full address. It's not about this Mukim Trust. So let the lawyers interpret the law. You don't interpret the law. And they say sekitar, funny. The closest place from Sangli and Sungai Cetang to the Batu Talam place, you have to drive for a good 20 minutes, about 20 kilometers. 20 kilometers. What is 20 kilometers for me? For me, 20 kilometers is Shah Alam sampai Petaling Jaya. It's 2 districts already. Shah Alam, Subang Jaya, Petaling Jaya. Yes, rAUB is closer, but it says sekitar should be adjoining. Seriously, let the lawyers do the interpretation. You guys don't do the interpretation. I have no insider information about what happened recently, but I do have insider information. But I cannot verify such information, and hence I'm not going to share about the previous one. But what I'm sharing is what is proven true, what is according to the law, And I don't like people ban the law for political gain, ban the law for huge profit. If you are doing something legally, because I know a lot of honest durian farm owner in Bentong and rAUB, they invest the millions, they pay levy, they pay income tax, they pay everything just to get that little bit of fruits, where their counterpart who did it illegally meraihkan keuntungan yang luar biasa. Is it fair for those who did it honestly, who did it legally? Just, it's a matter of fairness. It's the matter of law. And when politicians steps in, it becomes racial. It's not me. I'm speaking from the point of law. I'm speaking of the point of fairness. I'm not speaking of the point of race. Why should I defend who I think is wrong simply because we are of the same race? For me, we are all Malaysian. I don't care. We are all Malaysian. Thank you very much, Haris.
Cara habis pun macam dalam mahkamah. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Sebenarnya, tak, I take your point. Your point is actually very clear. This is my takeaway lah kalau kita nak katakan takeaway. That at the end of the day, ada mereka yang membayar cukai, membayar lesen-lesen, membayar levy dan menjalankan pekerjaan petanaman durian dengan cara yang mengikut undang-undang. They have paid the correct levies and licenses, and they've taken their time.
Haris, can I intercept you for a while?
Sure.
Saya mau bercakap dengan penyokong-penyokong saya. Yang pertama sekali, terima kasih. Tetapi saya nak bagi tahu, saya memang kurang senang kalau kamu semua menyerang saudara Haris dengan perkataan ini, sebab saudara Haris cuba untuk menyampaikan apa yang berlaku dari sebelah sana supaya saya boleh jelaskan kepada mereka di sana dengan niat yang baik. Saudara Haris adalah kawan saya dan beliau berbuat demikian tahu mungkin kawan-kawan saya akan berasa tidak senang dengan beliau. Jangan. Memang saudara Haris berniat baik supaya APEK Cina boleh menyampaikan kebenaran dan fakta kepada penonton-penonton sebelah sana. Dan Haris berniat baik. So, saya boleh memohon dan saya merayu kepada mereka yang menyokong saya. Terima kasih, saya memang terharu. Jangan serang kawan kita yang berniat baik untuk membuat forum ini. I'm very sorry for the interruption. Please carry on.
You bring up a good point, APEK. Unfortunately, di social media, sekarang di social media begitu susah untuk dua orang berdialog, bercakap tanpa mengambil one side, tanpa mengambil satu pendapat. It's always like, oh, either you are with me or against me. Anda bersama saya ataupun lawan saya. Padahal dalam setiap isu mesti ada pertemuan. Walaupun saya tak setuju ataupun tak percaya dengan pendapat ataupun kepercayaan anda, tapi kita boleh bercakap dan berdialog dengan cara yang cara yang baik, bersopan santun, and that is actually the problem. When people feel, oh, oleh kerana dia tanya satu soalan yang menyebabkan saya terpaksa menjawab ini, oh, dia mesti nak lawan saya. No, you are right, APEK. You know as well as I do, yang saya memberi soalan-soalan ini sebab saya tahu yang APEK ada jawapan dia. Walaupun saya apa jawapan tu, I know that you have a point of view. Dan kalau tak ada, then orang akan tahu, oh, APEK tak tahu jawapan, tapi you have the answer. So thank you very much.
Saya nak jelaskan lagi untuk membelah sahabat saya Haris. Sahabat saya memang mula-mula nak jadi moderator dan sahabat saya ingin menjemput seorang YB untuk masuk program ini bersama saya, tapi saya rasa kurang senang sebab saya bukan YB, saya tidak setaraf mereka untuk take one by one. So to be fair, sebab untuk kesaksamaan dan juga keadilan kepada saudara Haris, memang saudara Haris bukan mewakilkan mereka, tapi saudara Haris hanya menyalurkan pandangan dari sebelah situ supaya boleh mendapatkan jawapan daripada saya. Saudara Haris memang bertanya kepada saya dan menghormati saya sama ada boleh menjemput seorang YB dari sebelah situ untuk berdebat atau berbahas atau berbincang secara matang dengan saya. Cuma saya menolak kerana saya rasa saya tidak berkelayakan untuk one-to-one secara berbincangan atau perbahasan dengan seorang wakil rakyat. So jangan salahkan saudara Haris, salahkan APEK Cina. Saya memohon maaf. Terima kasih. Okay, carry on.
Boleh dikatakan inilah kali pertama dalam What's Going On Malaysia yang saya dapat satu penontonan. Terima kasih kepada semua follower-follower APEK Cina yang sudi berada dalam live ni dan sudi memberi comments. Saya terima, because at the end of the day tujuan saya and I think also tujuan APEK Cina ialah untuk mengekalkan keharmonian ataupun membina sesuatu yang kita boleh rasa bahawa inilah negara kita. Tak kira bangsa, tak kira agama, tapi kita kena percaya kepada the system, percaya kepada perlembagaan, kita kena percaya pada apa yang kita katakan inilah Malaysia. So that's why I invite APEK dan okay, kepada follow APEK yang pun tak tahu, yang mungkin rasa bahawa saya macam melawan APEK, there are my followers yang kata kenapa you jemput APEK Cina, or this guy is an idiot, or this guy is a racist, or kenapa nak cakap dengan dia. But at the end of the day, inilah membuat sesuatu yang for me it's something that there can be two point of views. Dalam dunia ini bukan hanya satu pendapat. Hold on, there's not just we must be either black or white. At the end of the day, we are Malaysian, and that's why APEK dan saya dah kawan 7 tahun. Belum bertemu lagi. Betul tak? Okay.
Betul. Okay. Arif, tanya saya.
Okay.
Sorry. Tanya saya tentang buku hijau. Tapi tadi saya nampak ada orang nak tanya tentang buku hijau tu, tapi tiba-tibanya dah hilang.
Buku hijau apa soalan?
Buku hijau 1974 Tun Razak tu tentang bagi tanah untuk menerokai tu.
Okay, please, why don't you explain the question and then bagi jawapan?
Okay. Apa yang berlaku ialah salah satu penjelasan daripada pekebun haram ni adalah mereka telah menggunakan alasan buku hijau. Buku hijau 1974 oleh Allahyarham Tun Abdul Razak, Perdana Menteri kedua. So, buku hijau tu sewaktu 1974 Malaysia mengalami kadar inflasi yang tinggi dan ramai tidak dapat menampung kehidupan. Justru kerajaan keluarkan satu program untuk membantu mereka untuk mengusahakan pertanian yang secara kecil-kecilan pada jangka masa yang pendek. Justru ada juga pemilik tanah di rAUB yang mendapatkan sekeping tanah untuk mengusahakan ni, dan mereka kata, ada pekebun haram juga kata, kami adalah untuk menyahut rancangan buku hijau. Kenapa sekarang ambil tindakan terhadap kami? Saya nak menjelaskan sebab ini. Sebab saya telah membaca ucapan Allahyarham Tun Abdul Razak tentang rancangan buku hijau, 4 muka surat daripada ucapan Allahyarham. Buku hijau ni adalah untuk membantu secara jangka pendek dan haruslah bekerjasama dengan pejabat daerah, pejabat tanah, kerajaan negeri, dan hanya untuk menanam tanaman jangka pendek sahaja. Jangka pendek maksud dia boleh cepat-cepat tanam, cepat-cepat makan, cepat-cepat jual untuk menampung untuk jangka masa pendek. Justru alasan buku hijau kononnya 1974 adalah 47 tahun lalu, jangka pendek sependek mana. Dan masa itu Tun Abdul Razak pernah cakap ini bukan tentang pemilik hak tanah. Tun Razak kata saya takkan bagi pemilik hak tanah. Ini jangka pendek untuk inflasi dan masalah masa itu sahaja. Justru saya tengok orang tak faham tentang rancangan buku hijau 1974, hanya pakai dan kata, ini kerajaan sebelum kita buat tu, kita diambil tindakan. So some of them use the Green Book, the Green Book plan by the late Tun Abdul Razak, second Prime Minister of Malaysia, as a reason to justify their work in rAUB. Yes, there are still some who really got a piece of land in rAUB, but we must understand what is the Green Book plan initiated by the late Tun Abdul Razak in 1974. Malaysia is experiencing a very, very terrible inflation and a lot of people are losing a job. So the Green Book aims to help locals Malaysian to utilize unused land with the cooperation from the land office, district office, state government coordinated for short-term economic plan just to sustain your life. That's all. And Tun Razak specifically mentioned there is no changes of land ownership in this buku hijau. And that buku hijau already lapsed when Malaysian pick up our economical growth. When people start, and durian planting fits nothing. As the criteria in the buku hijau, the green book, stated it very clearly is for short term. They even mentioned that there are some crops that can selang seli should not be planted like jagung, if I'm not mistaken. It was a long speech there. So don't use things that you don't know as an explanation. Read it out, please. Read it out, the buku hijau 1974. I dig out about the plan. I dig out Allahyarham Tun Abdul Razak, visionary about his speeches. So that is to answer that question that popped up just now about buku hijau by one of your followers, Haris.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, because I did not read the book hijau. That
it's all right.
there was no end date mentioned. It was just semasa this inflation for short term. I don't know whether perkataan short term was used.
Jangka pendek, that was the word.
But
it was used in the buku hijau.
Because there was,
it was stated jangka pendek. Yes.
Jangka pendek.
Yes, that's the word I took from the buku hijau from Tun Razak's speech.
Yeah, it makes sense. Tapi durian was not mentioned.
No, it's for own consumption and to sell it as fast as you can to sustain your life. That's the plan for buku hijau. Not for long-term investment, not for making tons of profit. And you need cooperation from the land office and also the district office, pejabat tanah dan pejabat daerah.
So, boleh dikatakan dalam sesi ini, saya dah belajar banyak pasal undang-undang, pasal the land office, pasal buku hijau, pasal, in fact, saya rasa yang saya tahu lebih daripada sebelum ni. Daripada pukul 9 tadi saya pun memang tak tahu apa-apa. So thank you so much APEK Cina for explaining everything both in Malay and Chinese. And maybe one day we'll do an
English
and English, Malay and English. And we'll do an episode in Mandarin one day as well. So sebelum kita tamatkan sesi ini, adakah apa-apa yang APEK Cina nak tambah ataupun nak beritahu kepada followers APEK Cina dan juga kepada followers Haris Iskandar?
Okay, saya start dengan English sebab saya ada cerita untuk follower Haris Iskandar. I try to hold my emotions, you see. So the thing is like this. There's a lot of us who reason after having emotion. But I try to do the other way around. I reason first before I get my emotion. Yes, I have emotion. I get angry. And then when I make that video that went viral a few days ago and last year, that emotion is after I've made a lot of tons and tons of research. I was triggered. I was triggered by the politicians that defended based on biased facts against the law. So when we should draw a line, we should draw a line on poor people. I hear a lot of argument that the trees is berbuah-buah already. So why chop now? What chop down now? So the reason is simple. In good places like hutan simpanan, the trees may berbuah 3 kali setahun. That is over a 4-month span. So over a 4-month span, you will always 3 months before the chopping down. It's always 3 months. Oh, it's going to berbuah in 3 months' time. Why are you chopping down? Then we wait, then another 3 months. But it's illegal to begin with. How many laws that they have violated? Akta Penghutanan, masuki, one go to jail and fine. Meneroka, jail and fine. Akta Cukai Pendapatan 1967, you did not declare your tax, pay it. No levy and no and you don't pay rental and levy to the state government. There are so many laws violated, not just one law. You have to ban 5 things just to justify what they are doing. And when people mention about there's a institution, a company coming in, I'm sure that my followers will agree with me. If you watch my video last year on September the 8th, a more more emotional one. 4th minute, 24th second, I mentioned about that company that if that company is making a lot of profit, I am against them too. Make bare minimum for your administration, and the rest of the profit should go to the people of rAUB, Pahang, and the whole of Malaysia. But preliminary, people of rAUB should be enjoying the fruit from that company the most. If you give to the royalty, I'm fine because they are the guardian of the state. If they go to the state government, I'm fine with the operators of the state. If it goes to the state of the land office of rAUB, the profit goes to the land, I'm fine because this is where they yield their profit. But definitely not individuals. I'm against them as well. But when I'm against them, does not mean that I have to agree with these illegal farmers. Well, illegal farmers cannot be justified by someone else who did something that you don't agree, though legal, but you don't agree. So, to my dear friends, HURRIED follower, it's wrong. I won't ask you to be sensible or reasonable because you are entitled to be emotional. But always think, if they are poor, they are merely doing this to sustain life, I'm with you. Like the poor burger guy that HURRIED mentioned just now. Like this penjaja in Shah Alam, who was their store was confiscated by the state government. APEK Cina made posting attack the state government. There's a line to be drawn. Ask yourself, how many percent of your emotion are deduced from the fact that because they are the same race with you? I don't. I view them as a bunch of Malaysians who violated so many laws. But you view them maybe as those who are same race as you, and you think that it's fine to go against another race because they are taking action against you. So be sensible. Thank you very much. That's for HURRIED, my note for HURRIED's follower who are against me ever since the poster was up yesterday. I'm waiting for your question actually. A lot of questions I was waiting. I will see whether it will be pop up or not, but it doesn't. There's some who claims that I take money from MCA. HURRIED put it up. There's some who says that I was paid by maybe that company. Seriously, I received nothing, not even promises, not even anything from the company because I make a video against them. So what came from my mind is very simple. I think that there are politicians are trying to make this into a sensational issue among certain race. That's why I get a bit of emotional after I spend times to research about this from the legal point of view, political point of view, geographical point of view. I gain so much knowledge from this. And kepada penyokong-penyokong APEK Cina, terima kasih. Saya terharu kamu bertubi-tubi membantu APEK. Cumanya APEK ingin memohon maaf kepada saudara HURRIED Iskandar. Saya sepatutnya menjelaskan ini daripada sejak awal tadi. Saudara HURRIED membenarkan APEK untuk approach untuk menyalurkan kebenaran, fakta dan pandangan kepada pengikut-pengikut beliau yang tidak bersetuju dengan APEK. Setelah saudara HURRIED muat naikkan poster itu, ramai daripada pengikut saudara HURRIED kutuk APEK. Kata saya beruk, kata saya monyet, kata kenapa menjemput dia, macam-macam lagi. Ada juga mengaitkan saya dengan Datuk Seri Najib Razak. Memang saya tidak akan menafikan saya penyokong tegar bosku Datuk Seri Najib Razak. Saya rasa orang tanya malu apa bosku, saya memang tak malu sebab saya tidak menerima 1 sen daripada Datuk Seri Najib Razak. Dan tidak akan menerima apa-apa janji ke apa daripada Datuk Seri Najib Razak. So itulah mereka menyerang saya. Lagi saudara HURRIED membenarkan saya sebagai tetamu untuk guna bahasa Malaysia dan bahasa Inggeris. Saudara HURRIED menghormati saya sebagai tetamu, tidak menjemput seorang YB. Saudara HURRIED bukan berniat jahat. Saudara HURRIED memang lancar fasih cakap bahasa kebangsaan. Jangan ada niat jahat. Saya sudah berkenalan dengan saudara HURRIED selama 7 tahun. Saudara HURRIED adalah sama pandangan dengan saya, menjadikan Malaysia satu negara yang mencintai keamanan, perpaduan dan juga saling sayang menyayangi. Thank you very much, HURRIED. Thanks for inviting me to your show. I'm very proud and honored, and thank you. And I hope that my supporter won't have any bad faith without you. Because you could have not do this, but you do this for the sake of the country. You want me to explain to your audience, which I just did. Thank you very much, Harith.
And thank you, terima kasih juga kepada APEK. Thank you for agreeing to be in the show, and thank you for that lengthy apology on behalf of your followers. Tidak, tak perlu, tapi terima kasih. Dan memang betul apa Cina kata, ramai yang telah post waste of time lah, kenapa, sebab sebelum ni quality guest yang hari jemput terbaik. For me, okay, here is my takeaway. Kita dah sampai dah pukul berapa dah? Oh my God! 11.20. Sorry bro, 1 hour 20 minutes.
That's a good talk.
Saya pukul 11. Okay, tak. My takeaway. Bagi saya, senang aja. Yang saya, this is the part that really, really touched me. At the end of the day, your stand, APEK is on the side of, number satu, law, on the side of justice, tapi juga on the side of the yang miskin, yang tidak mampu, yang mungkin buat sesuatu yang mungkin salah di sisi undang-undang, tapi apakah niat mereka buat tu? Bukan untuk merangkumi, mendapat berjuta-juta ringgit, hanya untuk kais pagi, makan pagi, kais petang, makan petang, untuk makanan anak, untuk memberi anak makanan sikit. So that is what I hope that my followers get to see within the soul of Tai Zihao, for that is his real name, APEK Cina. And if you are I'm going to speak in English here. If you are a Mandarin speaking follower of mine, who may only prefer to read in English or Mandarin, please seek out Tai Zihao, APEK Cina's writings in Mandarin. Where can they find some of your writings? You have a Facebook page in Mandarin?
I have page and I have profile. 如果你们要跟随我的中文网页的话呢，那你请打我的名字下去，叫戴子豪，我姓戴，孩子的子，豪华气派的豪。如果您打戴子豪的话，看到这一副面孔的话，那就是我中文的脸书专业了。That's how I see it.
Allow me to interpret that for the English speakers. Zihao said, I have no idea what he said. But it sounds
Yep. I say I have no idea what I just said.
With that, I want to say thank you so much, APEK Cina. Terima kasih banyak-banyak sebab sudi bersama dengan kita lebih daripada 1 jam 22 minit di rancangan What's Going On Malaysia. And thank you for your explanation. Thank you for your stand. And thank you, at the end of the day, thank you for being a true Malaysian. For that's how I
give me 3 minutes to answer that question just now, because a lot of people have been asking me to answer that question halfway through about Muhyiddin and all these things. Can I?
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Okay. So pada pandangan saya apa yang berlaku? Okay, soalan saya repeat again. Okay, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin telah melantik Yang Amat Berhormat Ismail Sabri sebagai Timbalan Perdana Menteri, dan juga Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Hishamuddin sebagai Menteri Kanan Keselamatan dan Menteri Luar. Dan UMNO telah membuat satu keputusan untuk menarik balik sokongan terhadap kerajaan. Ini bagi saya adalah antara pandangan rakyat terhadap rakyat. Cuma kita kena membuat satu perberatan rakyat mana lebih dari segi demokrasi. So rakyat berasa kerajaan ini gagal menangani, dan dengan fakta sekali. Fakta dia gagal untuk mengawal nombor positif COVID, gagal untuk mengawal nombor kematian, dan juga rakyat tahu banyak kilang masih beroperasi sewaktu PKP. Justru sebahagian besar rakyat rasa kerajaan ini dah gagal dan memerlukan seorang pengemudi yang baru. Cumanya kita tidak boleh menafikan terdapat juga rakyat yang berasa kestabilan politik ini adalah penting. Pertukaran nakoda pada waktu yang genting ni, saat-saat yang genting ini akan menjejaskan apa yang telah dilakukan dan juga masa depan secara teruk. Justru perpandangan yang berlainan, masing-masing membuat susunan politik berdasarkan interpretasi rakyat, minda rakyat. Kalau ada peluang bertanya kepada Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin dan juga barisan kabinet, mereka akan kata kami berbuat demikian untuk rakyat. Kalau tanya UMNO, mereka kata kami membuat demikian untuk rakyat. Yang berbeza dia bukan satu sayang rakyat, satu tak sayang rakyat. Semua nak memuaskan kehendak rakyat, cuma rakyat ada juga yang berfikiran bertentangan. So masalah dia, kita tidak boleh tentukan, kita boleh buat polling, kita boleh buat research semua ni, tapi ini semua tidak tepat. Yang paling tepat tu PRU, pilihan raya umum. Kalaulah barisan kabinet rasa ini adalah kehendak kesemua rakyat, maka buatlah. Dan kalaulah UMNO berasa ini adalah kehendak rakyat, okey, saya ada pendirian diri, cumanya saya menjelaskan secara neutral dulu, maka lakukanlah penarikbalikan tersebut. Dan rakyat akan mengadili siapa yang melakukan sesuatu yang baik buat zaman sekarang pada PRU nanti. Dan bagi saya, kita ikut saja apa yang dititahkan oleh Tuanku Agong. Sebab Tuanku Agong adalah payung negara, Tuanku Agong akan menentukan apa yang terbaik untuk kami, kerana Tuanku Agong tidak akan melakukan sesuatu yang menyusahkan rakyat. Cumanya, Tuanku tiada pilihan yang banyak sekarang. Jangan salahkan Tuanku dalam apa-apa jua situasi, sebab Tuanku yang menjaga kita, yang membelah kita. Yang patut jaga-jaga tu adalah perangai dan sikap sesetengah ahli politik yang saja tahu bermain politik lah. Okey, ini adalah jawapan saya kenapa Tan Sri Muhyiddin melantik seorang Timbalan Perdana Menteri untuk menstabilkan keadaan politik seperti mana sebahagian rakyat yang mahukan, dan kenapa UMNO menarik balik sokongan terhadap Tan Sri Muhyiddin kerana juga ada sebahagian besar rakyat yang menginginkan kemahuan sini. Pandangan peribadi saya, good job UMNO.
Pandangan peribadi saya semasa semua pergerakan di kalangan bahagian politik tengah berlaku, kita sebagai rakyat sedang tolong rakyat, khususnya dalam aktiviti-aktiviti amal macam the Bendera Putih and the whole branch as well. So people are hungry, people are tired, people are desperate, dan memang people are hurting. The rakyat Malaysia at the moment, bagi saya lah sebagai seorang NGO dengan the whole branch, rasa bahawa okey, saya faham kegiatan-kegiatan politik dan keperluan politik kat sana, tapi misalnya hari ini kita telah menghantar lebih daripada berapa, 60 capex ke orang yang memerlukan makanan. They just need rice and eggs and fish and vegetables just to eat, and they couldn't be bothered, or rather not really concerned about what's happening up there in the politics. But that's another show altogether. We have taken so much of your time. Terima kasih sangat. Terima kasih APEK Cina. Terima kasih kerana menjadi satu guest yang memang meletup hari ini. Meletup sampai menggegar comment section ni. Thank you so much APEK Cina. I do wish you all the best. Kepada mereka yang, to those of you who are not following ulasan APEK Cina, please do follow him on his Facebook and YouTube. And with that, I just want to say thank you, APEK. Lepas ni ada apa meeting ke? End of your day for you? Mesti.
End of the day for me.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes, of course.
Okay, bro. Thank you so much for being on the show. Last thoughts, final thoughts, and final thoughts. Anything you want to say before we go?
Let's face this together. Let's work this together.
Let's work it out together. With that, thank you again. Terima kasih APEK Cina. Guys, stay with me for a while. I've just got a quick message out this. All right, bye. See you. See you, Xiao. Thank you. All right. Itu dia, APEK Cina. Tai Zihao, an amazing guest, an amazing friend, an amazing, in my opinion, Malaysian. He manages to divide the audience, and he manages to be very controversial. But at the end of the day, you may or may not agree with him, but he has got a very solid and good heart. Thank you everyone who has been following the show. Terima kasih kepada mereka yang komen, terima kasih kepada mereka yang menghantar pendapat mereka, terima kasih kepada mereka yang memberi pendapat mereka in the comment section as well. Thank you so much. At this point, I want you to leave a review, and I will be giving out a prize to the review. I know from Tony's show, I still got to send out the lot book. Don't worry, I've not forgotten about that. And from last week's show as well. So I'll be getting to that this week. Leave a review on this page. Remember the hashtag Hashtag what's going on Malaysia. Leave a review about the show, and if your review is chosen, I will give you this shirt. This shirt, Too Hairy to Be Naked. It's a shirt from the Joke Factory. Girls can wear it too. Perempuan, wanita boleh pakai. Isteri saya selalu pakai. Bila dia pakai, pernah dia pakai, we went to a food distribution dengan the whole branch, dia pakai, semua perempuan lain semua tengok dia macam, oh, dia ni macam ada rambut kat bawah tu. So guys, thank you again. Thank you for commenting. Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. A lot of people say that my guests have been very slamming of the government, presenting points of view which are anti-government. I have on the table I've approached this minister. I would say he's very senior, and he has agreed to be on the show, and we are working out an appropriate date. No, I'm not going to say the name. It's not going to be confirmed yet. I'm just letting them know that it will be very, very soon, very, very soon, just to get a point of view on the government side as well. And with that, I want to say thank you for watching What's Going on Malaysia. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being part of this program. And I know a lot of people watch after, not live, but they watch after the show. They watch during the day in the breakfast time, and they watch out. Thank you for spending this, hopefully 1 hour and 31 minutes with me. I've been so glad that you've got to get to know Taizi Hao Apicina. If you don't know him, thank you so much for watching. And I hope your mind has been changed if you had a different point of view about him. With that, I want to say thank you very much. Good night. Assalamualaikum to everybody who's watching. Stay safe, and let's all get through this together, as Apek said. Good night. Terima kasih. I'll see you soon. What's going on, Malaysia?